India is clearly driving luxury, and that is indeed visible in Mercedes' numbers for the performance of 2025. But what's in store for 2026? Let's get that all in detail, and for that we have none other than Santosh Iyer with us.
Thanks for joining us.
And it's a pleasure to be at your facility in Pune, a lovely one indeed.
No, we take a lot of pride here to make cars. 3,000 crores invested in this facility, and it's an oasis in Chakan, I would say.
Oh yes, absolutely. But Santosh, tell us about so many exciting announcements you have actually made in your annual conference. So where do we start? Let's start with Mercedes-Maybach and the localization plans. Why this is the move coming in at this point in time, and how strategically important India as a market is growing for you guys?
So actually, if you look at our last year numbers, 2025, our significant growth was in the top-end vehicle segment, 1.4 crores onwards, and these cars had 11% growth. AMGs grew by 34%. Maybach grew to an extent where India is now in the top 5 Maybach markets in the world. So that, I think, also helps me to explain to my colleagues that there is a clear demand for top-end luxury cars, and also a lot of discerning customers. So the logical step was, if you want to grow and take care of the demand, on one side we have the exchange rate going in the wrong direction because the euro is becoming stronger, and that makes the pricing go up. So the only way to mitigate that is to localize it. So I think my colleagues were quite okay and happy with the numbers, and therefore we got to localize the GLS Maybach, and that means the price has come down from 3.17 to 2.75 crores. On the other side, we have a lot of customers who say, I want my color, my customization, individualization. For them, we have the top end at 4.1 crores, but we are airlifting. They get it ASAP whenever they decide to buy the car.
But how are you anticipating the sales to shoot up? Because yes, this is one of your top selling models. Even AMG portfolio is doing very well for you. So in terms of numbers, how is 2026 looking like?
So we closed 2025 with 19,007 odd units. Our outlook is still quite positive when I look at the macroeconomic environment in terms of GDP and growth. But this Forex headwind is a strong one, because last year we took a 5% price increase, but thanks to GST we were able to mitigate that. This year we have already started. We had to take a 2% increase, but we still have 10% more to cover for Forex. So that is something that we are not able to clearly put a number to say how much it will affect demand. But if I look at GDP growth, we are also expecting a very positive budget to further push the market. FTAs are around the corner. That should drive sentiments actually, and also drive the economic growth. So I think if these things come in place, again 2026 should be a very strong year.
Hopefully it does, but even EVs are doing so well for you, and that is sort of a trend that we are seeing, especially in the luxury and the top-end market. But what's in store for Mercedes-Benz in terms of the new launches, if you want to say?
Yeah, so for us, we were the first brand to locally produce an EV in India, and but our focus is on the top end of the spectrum when it comes to EVs, the EQS SUV and the Maybach, the G Electric. Today, 20% of our sales in top end is electric. On the total portfolio is around 8%. And we don't have much products on entry, but we will soon be introducing the new CLA. That's again a car which has made waves in Europe, in the US, winning a lot of awards. It will make its way to India very soon for the ET Now viewers, maybe in the first quarter of this year. Let's see.
Yes, and the office setup that we have, we also keep so many of your product launches, so that's exciting indeed. But budget is around the corner, Santosh. You have been a veteran in the industry. Why don't you tell us what are you expecting from budget 2026?
So I think if I look at 25, the way the finance ministry really had a pulse of the market, the first thing was reduction of income tax slabs, then they came up with GST. So if you see that, we can fully appreciate that they would be working on something to drive the markets even further. But if you ask what drives luxury market and our consumption is, one, roads, better infra. So more capex being allocated to more infra projects definitely help. The second for sure is also a very strong fiscal discipline, along with if some FTAs, and FTA is not part of budget, but at least clearly if there are measures which can arrest the decline of the currency, that helps. And last not the least, it's a wish list, I would say. They have rationalized GST. It's time to rationalize custom duty tariffs as well, because I think that's part of the budget preview. Today some of our cars come at 60%, above 40,000 euros is 110% duty. Bring it under one slab, they are anyway 4-5% of our total market of 50,000 cars. Not going to affect the Indian automotive larger market, but it gives choice and options to customers, and you can get much better cars on the road as well. So yeah, that's something that we are looking forward.
No, indeed, because even if the taxes are high, your sales are not seeing any.
Not really, not really. We are not fully agnostic. I think, you know, for us, if you see what happened, we actually degrew in the entry segment, to be honest, last year.
That's an interesting point. Why the strategy?
Because, you know, if you look at Mercedes-Benz, we have first-time buyers and we have luxury dwellers who continue to buy cars. So the core and the top-end segment is all luxury dwellers. They keep buying cars and maybe they're sensitive to price, but we offer a better value proposition with equipment, latest cars, models. In the entry, there's a lot of first-time buyers. They're sensitive to price. We don't enter into any price competition, either the price war that's happening on that entry segment. We tend to stay away. Helps to protect the residual value of customers, because if they buy cars at huge discounts, tomorrow when you sell in 3 years it goes. So we want to protect the brand. We want to stay to our strategy. So on entry, we have cars like the GLA, the CLA, which will come in the future as well, maybe very soon. But it will be more value over volume kind of a strategy there.
All right, but before we wrap this up, Santosh, here's a tricky one. Why don't you describe Mercedes-Benz 2026 journey? How is that going to be in key 3 words, and what that will be?
Wow, you know, this year is quite special for us, and 3 key words can be 140 years of innovation, because we are celebrating 140 years of innovation this year, and I think that sums up the spirit of the brand. We invented the car, we continue to invent, and we'll reinvent it again. I think that's a very clear focus. Any automotive car driving on public roads anywhere in the world has something contributed from the patents that Mercedes-Benz came up. So I think we take a lot of pride, but it's a responsibility. Our teams here as well as in Stuttgart are really working hard to live up to that promise and keep the 3-pointed star shining even brighter.
Indeed, but so good having you on the channel today.
Thanks for coming here. Thank you very much. Thanks.